Good morning, hello, and welcome to day 11 of JanuDAILY. If you've already watched yesterday's video, then you know I tried to do something different. I had a lot of fun. I had great intentions. I'm not gonna lie, I just lost my will to live by the end of the day, and I've continued that into this morning because I am still literally editing that video. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's helpful. I hope it's entertaining. Will I ever do it again? I have no idea. But anyway, it's only 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's like noon, but I need to make some breakfast and kind of get this day started, even though I still feel like I'm living yesterday because this is the first time I've like struggled with the whole daily vlogging thing. I've got a good rhythm going. I threw that off yesterday. It's fine. It was worth it. I had a good time. It needs some refining. But anyway, let's make my standard breakfast sandwich right now, which is my high protein bagels with egg whites and bacon. And it's very delicious. It's very high protein. Oh, I do put a little bit of cheese in my egg whites because egg whites tend to be pretty flavorless. So let's do that. That breakfast sandwich is just primo delicious. So I finally have yesterday's video all set and scheduled and ready to go live. I tell you what, that was such an experience. We got very little snow. It's more ice than snow, and the sun is out even though it's still freezing, so it's melting. So the kiddo's a little bit disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. What I'm not disappointed about, however, is that I found the heating mechanism for, not the mechanism, but like the cord for my electric blanket. So I am now cuddled in on my bed in the electric blanket with my Kindle set up. And I am just going to live my best cozy little life, at least for the duration of my child's nap. And then I suppose we'll find something to do because at least while the sun is up, I think the roads probably are okay. So maybe we'll go somewhere, maybe we won't, I don't know. But for at least the next little while, I'm just gonna lounge and read. This last week was just so long, and I know it's because it was our first week back after a very long vacation, but I just felt like it took a lot out of me. So very much earned a little bit of relaxing. Not that you need to earn relaxing. I need to reframe my perspective on that. That's definitely like a trauma response, but anyway. I am still reading Never Lie by Freida McFadden, and in per usual case, I think I know things. I'm hopeful that I don't actually know these things based on my experience having read Freida McFadden before. If I do actually know, I'm gonna be really disappointed because I figured it out at like 20%. So I'll keep you updated on how that's going. I'm still enjoying it regardless. It's not my favorite one I've read by her, but I don't hate it. So I am gonna see how much progress I can make on that while the child naps. We did successfully get him down at about 11 o'clock, which we've been trying to inch his nap up from 1 for a few days now. If you've seen previous videos, then you already know that. But anyway, let's get cozy and read. I saw these when I was doing a Target pickup the other day, and I couldn't resist. I've never heard of this flavor before, but I figured we could give it a little try. Honestly, that's a barbecue chip. It's a little different, but I feel like they just got me. I feel like I just got duped. I don't dislike a barbecue chip, but it's not my favorite. Savory, sweet, and tangy. That's barbecue, isn't it? I don't know. Not bad. Wouldn't buy again. There was a contest for Lay's, like, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe. And they came out with sriracha Lay's potato chips. If Lay's ever happens to stumble across this video and gives any remote care about my opinion, those were by far the best chip that I've ever had from Lay's. They did not win the contest, so they did not create the flavor indefinitely, but it was really good. I think chicken and waffles won, but these are not it. It has been the quietest, laziest day, and I so desperately needed that. Oh my gosh. Literally been lounging and reading most of the day. Finished the book, never lie, and some of it that I thought I knew, I was close, but then what I thought I knew really wasn't what I knew at all, and it was still... Yeah, Dad cleaned the bathtub. So it still took me by complete surprise. So yet again, another recommendation for another Frida McFadden book. We are getting ready to eat dinner, but I figured this evening I would do a very long overdue like pamper session. So figured the first thing I'll do is add in a deep conditioner to my hair and let that hang out while we eat dinner. And I think after I eat dinner, I'm gonna do a face mask, and then we'll do like the washing and drying of my hair, which will get us off to a good start for tomorrow. And then I will bring you guys through how I do my lash extensions. So I'll go ahead and do those tonight as well. And they're super simple. They're very, very natural looking. So they're not like super over the top. You could make them more over the top. I just choose to have them be more on the natural side. Basically, I just like for it to look like I have mascara on my like regular lashes. I don't need it to look like I'm going onto a red carpet or anything. So first thing I put in is the 3-Minute Miracle. I'm gonna add a little bit of this Moroccan Shine from Garnier Fructis. And what this means though, since I'm putting the oil in my hair, is that I will use a little bit of clarifying shampoo when I'm in the shower. I use the Herbal Essence one, which has worked really well for me over the years. I don't use it every time in the shower, but I do shampoo my hair twice every time I'm in the shower. So sometimes I shampoo first with a clarifying shampoo and then go in with my Function of Beauty shampoo. Sometimes I just do the Function of Beauty shampoo twice. So additionally, I am going to, and then I have like the smallest bit of this from Fable and Mane left. I'm gonna put this in my scalp. This really helped. Last year, I had cut my hair pretty significantly and immediately wanted my long hair back, but I wanted my long hair back healthy. And this really made such a huge difference in how my hair grew back. I don't know if it necessarily changed how quickly it grew. I tend to think my hair grows relatively fast in general, but I can tell you that my hair, as it's grown out, has continued to be very healthy. So definitely love that. And then I'm gonna add probably a little bit of jojoba oil in the ends of my hair. And then I'm just gonna tie my hair up while we go eat dinner. And then once the kid goes for bath and bed, I will do one of my favorite face masks, which I've been using, gotta say it's been for like 10 years now, and it's amazing. Like, I don't know why it's not more hyped up. It's super affordable, it's very accessible, and really transforms the state of your skin. It's also super healing. So if you have like really bad breakouts or whatever, like your skin is just happy after using it. So I'll definitely share that once we're done eating dinner. This is the mask that I like to use. I've even gotten it at Target before. I usually get it off of Amazon, but I've gotten it at Target. I think it's like $10. It's not, well, it used to be $10. I don't know if it's still $10 because nothing is the same price as it used to be, but I'm actually gonna show you making this because it's a little bit different. It's so cold. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm cold. Damn. I am gonna put in my post-shower hair care, which is extremely basic. It wasn't always very basic, but in the last, I'd say since I did the keratin treatment, honestly, I've pared a lot of things down because I just don't find them to be as necessary anymore. The first thing I use is the Marrakesh High Tide Leave-In Conditioner. I've been using this, I mean, oh God, when did I start using it? I want to say it was like 2011. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I stopped using it for like a brief period of time and I immediately regretted it. I can tell that the keratin treatment is starting to wear off because my kinks under my hair are coming back. And then I use this, I don't know how to pronounce this, Lustea castor and hemp oil leave-in conditioner. I got this from TJ Maxx. I'm actually like due for another bottle. I've had it for a year, so it lasts forever. This is my first bottle of it, but I absolutely want to buy it again. I'm gonna see if I can't find it online though, because honestly, I just don't enjoy going to TJ Maxx anymore. I used to really love it, but it's just overstimulating to me now. It might also just be because the one that's closest to us is like particularly small and very cramped, and there's always a ton of people in there, and that's just like a recipe for my anxiety to go haywire. Add in a toddler who can't keep his hands to himself and is grabbing everything that we come anywhere near close to. Not my fave, not my fave. Okay, the very last thing I use is this cheese straight guard. Again, got it from TJ Maxx. I think you could probably get it a million places. I have been using this since I've been blow drying my hair. So for the longest time, when I would get out of the shower, I would just let my hair air dry and then style it, you know, either that day or usually I would take my shower at night, let my hair air dry, sleep with it, and then wake up the next morning and style it. And honestly, I feel this is gonna be so bizarre, but I feel like my hair is healthier now that I blow it dry. So I'm not really sure why that is. It seems counterintuitive to me, but it's what I'm noticing. So I usually wash my hair in the morning. So if I take my showers at night, like clean my body showers at night. But if it's a hair wash day, I usually wash my hair in the morning. So I haven't done this before recently where I'm washing it at night. This may work even better than washing it in the morning, so we are gonna see. But let's go ahead and move right in to doing my lashes. This is super simple. I'm actually reusing the lashes I just took off. They're hanging out here very professionally on top of a coconut oil jar. You use what you have, right? You use what you have. I keep all of my lash stuff in this reusable nipple pad bag that I got when I was pregnant. Okay, let's pull out all the tea. So if I were not reusing lashes, these are the lashes I use. I'll link them down below. They are ridiculously inexpensive from Amazon. I usually use 8 through 10s, but they go all the way up through 12s. And there's quite a few of each level of lash. So honestly, if I had like a bigger event that I was going to, or like, for instance, that book ball signing thing that I went to, I used Flutter Habit lashes for those. But if I was using these, I probably would have gone a little bigger, a little bolder than like my everyday lash. My whole point of doing lash extensions is literally just to remove the step of mascara, just to give myself something that makes my daily life a little bit easier, and having lash extensions just makes me feel pretty. And it makes me feel put together even when I'm not. So even if I've done nothing else, at least I look like I have a little bit of life in my face, which these days is very necessary because I don't always get to the step of doing makeup. I have been taking very good care of my skin recently, and so it's still working through some things, but my skin is improved so much that I really don't mind going without makeup. And so with my itty bitty little baby lashes, it's nice to have something, if that makes any sense. So the glues that I use are the Lash Lock I think this is from, it's called Glad Curl. I believe the packaging on this has changed since I've bought it last, but I'll link it down below. And then I also I have no idea what brand this is, to be quite honest with you, but this is the other lash glue that I use, and then a pair of tweezers. The first thing I do is I have them laid out in the order that they are on my eye. So like, I'm going to add a bead of this glue on the first lash I'm going to apply first and work my way across. I go one eye at a time and we'll get where we're going. Okay, so let's add some glue to these lashes. Don't you just love my very professional setup? Please don't judge. It's fine. It's totally fine. So adding a bead of glue to the band. Just a bead of glue on the band. I'm gonna go all the way across the eye. Okay, I did those a little sloppier than I would normally do them, but you know what, it's totally fine. All right, and so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bond side of this. The first time I did lash extensions, the mistake I made is because this comes out looking like a mascara wand, I ran it all the way through my lashes. Don't do that. One, not necessary. Two, very uncomfortable. So I'm actually going to try to do this on camera, but also be able to look in a mirror at the same time. So I just press it into the base of my lashes, like right where my lash line meets my lashes. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna move you right here and see if I can do this all on camera. So, take the lash, lift my eyelid up, nope, it's hard to see, and then you just drag it up. So you place it and drag it up, and it catches. Okay, the first two that I placed, I did not get them close enough to my lash line, so they were looking a little too long for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add another bead of glue and let them dry down just a smidge and reapply them. That very rarely happens. I know it's happening right now just because I'm filming, and that makes this process a little more complicated because I'm trying to keep my eye in view of the camera and also see what I'm doing in a mirror. Okay, when I'm done, moving on to the next, I'm just gonna add a bead of glue to these lashes and then I'll be back to apply them. I've done the bead of glue on the lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the lash line by adding a little bit of this glue right on the lash line. You know what, let's put you over here this time. Okay, I had to move some of those lashes just because these are thinner bands or like shorter bands, so I can have a tendency to accidentally place them a little too close together and then they make them a bit more of like a va-va-voom kind of lash. I only want to use 5 across my entire lash band, and so I did have to move them around a little, but they're fine. So now that now that this glue has set a little bit, I'm just gonna curl my finger and just kind of like blink into it. And press up just to kind of make sure they're in place. I'll let this side settle a little bit before I move on to that. Honestly, I get a lot of days of wear out of these. I want to say that I get about 5 to 7 days usually out of them. Honestly, what I will usually do is just swap them out or like take them off, clear the glue off, and then reapply them on the days that I'm washing my hair, just so that, excuse me, I'm keeping things consistent. But lately I haven't really been doing that. I haven't always been taking them off because I used to have a problem with getting my lashes wet in the shower, and then if they get wet, they'll come right off. But I've lately been using the seal. Once everything's like good and dry, I go in and add like a layer of the seal right at the base of my lash. Y'all, I've cried more in the last like 3 weeks than I have in a long time, and the lashes have gone nowhere in the midst of crying, so that's a plus. I've taken showers where I've washed my hair. They haven't budged, so all in all, much better having used the seal. I didn't used to use it. I don't really know why. I just didn't. Now I do, and it works. Let's move on to drying my hair. I'm just gonna rough dry it for tonight because I'm literally gonna like throw it up, put my bonnet on, and go to bed. But I want it dry before I go to bed. I use the Shark Flex Style, I think that's what it's called, hair dryer. I use a lot of the different attachments, but what I use most often is just the regular hair dryer. I will occasionally use like what would be considered like the Revlon tool attachment. That's actually why I bought this, is because I was using the Revlon tool religiously, and I was using it correctly where I wasn't necessarily blow drying my hair completely. Like my hair was usually mostly dry when I was using it. I was using it on low heat, or like the low setting. Guys, it was frying my hair, like frying my hair. So that's when I bought this. I've since moved on from doing like the blowout type hair style with that tool. I do still occasionally use it, but not usually. But anyway, I like the hair dryer. I was actually really curious how long that was gonna take, and because I had the timer on the camera running, I actually know exactly that it took less than 8 minutes. And that was really surprising because my hair was pretty much still sopping wet, because usually I let my hair air dry for a while, like a really long time. My hair's usually almost all the way dry before I blow dry it. But the only air drying time it had was the length of time it took me to put my lashes on, which you guys saw was not very long. I can't believe it only took 8 minutes with this hair dryer. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but I promise you, I have a ton of hair. Not as much as I used to before I lost all of it to COVID and my postpartum hair loss. But I still have a significant amount of hair. 8 minutes to rough dry it, I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, very last thing we're gonna do is add the sealant to my lashes. Oh, I guess I need to like finger curls these ones too, just to make sure. Okay, the seal, I just, again, press it into the band of the lash. All right, that's gonna do it. That's gonna literally do it. So today was obviously exceptionally cozy and lazy. And you know what? We all need those kind of days sometimes. And if you struggle with that, because I do, I struggle hard with that. In fact, the mental battle I had most of the day where I'm like, I'm supposed to be vlogging. I'm supposed to be doing really interesting and fun things. I'm not supposed to be resting. I have 1,000,001 things I need to be doing. But my body needed rest. And I really have to do a better job of allowing that to happen in my life intentionally when I feel like I need or want to do it. Because I've learned the lesson the hard way more than once, that if you don't rest, your body will pick a time to force you to rest, and it will usually involve a lot of pain. It will also usually involve very expensive medical bills, and it also usually involves needing help. So take the time to rest when you feel like you need rest. Rest is just as important to your productivity as being productive, because if you don't rest, you have nothing to give to the productivity. And that's something I need to keep telling myself. It needs to get in the brain. It needs to just seep in and stay there. So I'm really proud of myself for resting today. It was a little bit hard to do, but I'm glad that I did it. And I'm really glad that I gave myself a little pamper session this evening, because you wanna know what? Now that means tomorrow, I could literally just wake up and go. Got the lashes done, the hair's already washed. It was definitely due for a wash. And we're great, we're golden. I've set my future self up for a bit of an easier day, which is one of my favorite things in the world to do. So thanks for being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with this content at all, or you just think we're the kind of people that could be friends, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.